an everyday thing for me. If I didn't get sick, I'm dealing with this bullshit right now, but you know, I come to the gym and I hit the bag and I'm gone. I'm not thinking about all the other shit that is in my life. And even better, when I'm sparring, you just, you know, someone's trying to take your head off. As soon as you get punched in the face, you stop thinking about everything else. You know, I can have a really stressful day and I can come in here and be really stressed about, you know, and I get in the ring and I think I'm all stressed and angry and I'm gonna spar and, you know, take somebody's fucking head off, and then I get hit in the face a couple of times. I ain't angry, I ain't thinking about anything, just having a good time. I really do love it. Like, it is the new skateboarding for me. Skateboarding is so much more difficult for, you know, I'm a vert guy and I live in LA and I don't really like street skating. I don't really like pool skating that much. It's cool, but I'm a vert dude. I like doing backs of theirs and fronts of theirs. That's what I got into skateboarding for. I'm not an all-terrain machine. I mean, I rode it when I was pro, but I really just want to do like big backs of theirs and long frontside grinds. And if there was a ramp that was around here, well, then I would still be a skateboarder. So, but you know, you go down to Tony Hawk's ramp, and yeah, Luke and all these dudes are fucking spinning and flipping all over the place. It's a little, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit sad. I'm not that guy anymore. I can't hang anymore. It's a little bit of a bummer. You know, I'm like, you know, I'll do something and people be like, yeah, Ellis, and I'm like, dude, that was the worst one of those I've ever done. Like, thank you for the pat on the back. Like, how embarrassing. So, you know, and the car racing, I really didn't get that far into it. If I got more into it and got better at it so that I was like a podium contender, well then maybe that would actually pass everything. Because I mean, that's the plan. To me, fighting is the bridge that gets me to racing. That's the plan. Like, the radio is going to support all of this, but skateboarding, leaving skateboarding is a huge void in my life, and it was very hard to move on. Actually, pretty much impossible. But fighting gave me that, you know, fighting, I'm so bad at it, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably like one of the only people that really got that seriously into fighting at like 35. So, it's a little bit of a joke, and I know that. I mean, I don't really take myself that serious at all when it comes to fighting. I just enjoy myself, and I find myself in, I feel incredibly fortunate because of the radio show and the skateboard status. I get to hang out with a lot of people that most of you wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, I've sparred Sokaju and Dan Henderson and Mayhem and, you know, fucking everybody. I mean, like, there's a bunch of people in the UFC that I've rolled with. So, I'm just a fan, same as motocross. You know what I mean? I'm just a fan. Whenever they want to hang out, if they want to punch me or pull my leg off, I'm just really appreciative that they would do that. I came here like a fucking maniac. I came here when the day I turned 17, I had $50 in my pocket. We went to a contest, watched some shit, slept under a ramp, slept in a kid's playground, hooked up with some skaters. Ben Schroeder became my friend, started living at his house. I wasn't fucking around. I was actually more serious than anybody else in the amateur division. When I came here, the first 3 times I came here as an amateur, there were people that were better than me, but there was nobody that was as driven as I was. And that's, you know, that's the thing that I've always, you know, with fighting and anything, if you want it, whoever wants it the most gets it. You know, like, I've skated against people that are far more talented than me, but things were a little too fucking good for them, and they didn't want it as much as I did, and I beat them. So it took much longer than I said it would, but I came here with a plan to be a professional skateboarder, and I think it took like 3 or 4 years before I turned pro, and then I didn't even get paid because skateboarding died. So I think it was probably like 6 years before I received a paycheck, and my plan was I'm going over there right now to get paid. So I was a little off on the calculation of when I was going to make it, but I mean, in the meantime I was still skateboarding all day and having a great life. The first thing that blew my mind at Hollywood is that there's a bunch of people that are homeless and they don't have anything, and there's like 7 different dudes that have a fucking murdered out Bentley with 24-inch rims on it. That was the first thing I thought when I moved to Hollywood. And the second thing would be, man, the trannies are ugly. I saw a human shit on the sidewalk. That's pretty cool. Got a gun held to my face, and they stole my Matt Hoffman BMX and my Lakers jacket. and took my phone while I was on the phone to a friend in Australia. He was still talking when they took it in Hollywood. Things have changed, man. I do radio, you know. I mean, the craziest thing that happened to me would, it's hard for me to recollect because it's crazy to me is not that crazy anymore. My radio show is, you know, I've been bitten on the back of the neck by a 9-foot anaconda while I was holding a transsexual's tits. That doesn't even, I had to think of that. Like, what's the craziest thing that's happened in Hollywood? That's pretty crazy. But in Hollywood, on the streets, I don't go out, you know? I'm here to work, man. I'm not a, you know, I got Hollywood friends, but I'm not really that Hollywood, you know? Yes, I am. Well, Red Dragons is a bunch of dudes in Vancouver that started a skateboard company, and I mean, at first it was just a gang of dudes in Vancouver that skateboarded and fucked shit up, and security tried to kick us out and tell them to go fuck themselves. And then like 4 of us turned pro, and well, actually it was more them. They turned pro. I got stuck in Vancouver and became best friends with the Red Dragons, and they made me an honorary Red Dragon, the first guy that wasn't from Vancouver. And it's not really that big of a deal, but to me I've always had a lot of respect for other people's stuff, and especially skateboarders, so I took that very serious. And I think when they realized that I took that very serious, then they reciprocated and took it very serious also, and I've always been a Red Dragon, and I always will be, and it's a family thing more now. They got, you know, my best friends, Sluggo and Colin McKay and Moses, they're all my friends, they will be for the rest of my life. We're the Red Dragons. Now the radio show, because I say Red Dragons when we smash shit, we're old now. Like now, me and Colin will say Red Dragons when a waiter drops a plate. That's what it's resorted to. But because of the radio show, it's got a new life. So Red Dragons means, it kind of means the Jason Ellis show now. Yeah, I shot a photo of Venice the other day for Skateboard magazine. It's pretty funny. You know, music. I get the band Death Die, so every now and then we lay down a new track. Depends on my mood. Sometimes I feel like singing, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like you guys are pushing me into a bunch of shit I don't want to do. But, you know, being single and stuff now, I actually do, I got more time on my hands, so we're actually going to make a couple of new songs soon. So I'm looking forward to that right now. So that. Surf very rarely. I jet ski sometimes, more than anything. It's too cold to surf. So I'm not a real surfer. I just admitted it right there. If it's cold, I'm not surfing. That's how real I'm surfing. If it's sunny and it's clear and there isn't anybody in the way, it's the greatest day ever. I really love it, but everyone else loves it, and they're all out there. They're a bunch of fucking assholes. Well, my favourite car is a Lamborghini. It always has been from childhood. But I actually like the old one, the Lamborghini Countach. I'm like, that's the one that I fell in love with, and it's still the one. Like if I had money, I would buy that one. I'd have a lot of money, obviously, because the maintenance on that fucking 1985 Lamborghini Countach would be so amazing, I'm sure. Especially the way I fucking drive. Yeah, but I love muscle cars. I'm really into the Dodge program right now. I love the Dodge Challenger. Dodge contacted me and they might want to sponsor me, so I'm not buying one until I find out what's going on there. But if they don't want to sponsor me, I'm just going to buy one. I want to do burnouts. I feel comfortable being in front of anything. I'm an egotistical fucking maniac. I feel the more people watching me, the more fame and fortune. I don't even give a fuck about the fortune, I just want the fame. I'm like the opposite of Tupac. I just want to be famous. I want everybody to know me. And like, I'm not nervous at any. I love TV. I love cameras. I hope everybody watches Ellis Mania. I just don't. You know, I'm good at it. You know. It's like singing, I'm not very good at it, so that intimidates me. I'm getting better, and the better I get, the more fun I have. But talking and being funny on camera, as far as I'm concerned, there's no one better than me. That's how I walk around. So if you want to film me and put me on TV, I'm a fucking pig in mud. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Action sports being popular to normal people. I mean, you're selling it to normal people. They don't get it. That's what's so good about action sports. You don't fucking get it. Like, fuck off, mum and dad. Like, this is our shit. You know, now you're trying to sell it and expose it to mum and dad. There's a weird thing there where it doesn't really, you know, I don't, like, even moto dudes, you know, the Geico fucking blah 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 blah. It's like, dude, shut up and just talk like you. You don't. We can see the logo. I can see Geico. There's no need to say it. We know you're sponsored by me. Yeah, that's always been a weird thing for me. People that interview people, because I did it for ESPN a little bit. It's just a weird. You know, to me, action sports is kind of selling out a little bit. But I get it. You got to make money. Hey, I was there. I'll fucking drink anybody's energy drink if they want to pay me. I'm not trying to say that I'm the guy out there who doesn't do that. But to make it bigger, I just think. You know, to make it bigger is to make it more cheesy and more, you know, digestible for mum and dad, which to me takes away the reason that you were doing it. You know, so to get bigger would be to. I think the thing that would get it bigger would be like TV shows on action sports athletes that are really entertaining people. And it's about their life. I mean, I think that a lot of people got into skateboarding because of Tony Hawk's video game. They don't skateboard, they just got into the video game. I think the video game brought a bunch of people to it. Some of them, you know, the pussies weed off, and the people that fall in love become a part of the family. So I think you can do that with all the rest of them. The only catch is everybody in action sports, they're the most boring people on the planet. That's how you get good. You eat your cheese sandwich and you go to the gym and you fucking train your ass off. That's how you become the best. You don't go to the club and tell people jokes and sleep with a bunch of fucking strippers and become number one. Trust me, you will start to drop off. So, it's going good. There's a bunch of sponsors. People are getting paid. I'm happy for them, but I really don't. I think it would be the best way to do it would be to get all the famous people in action sports to race the Lucas Oil Series, but one race of the Lucas Oil Series in the X Games, where there's big jumps and doubles and fire and like, you know, you fall into a hole and explode, or your monster, you know, the grave digger comes out and runs over. Grave digger comes out and runs over you if you crash, and you know, like just and then you blow the who wants to be the fucking mainstream, you know? That's the, like, be careful what you fucking wish for, you know? Like, you want to be the most famous person in the world for your sport. It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of shitty. Like, it's just like, I want to be the most famous person in the world. The more famous I get, the more successful that radio show is, the more I hang out with a bunch of fucking idiots and a bunch of people try to tell me, you know what would be really good for your radio show? How the fuck would you know? How do you think I got here? But I'm ready for that. I'm ready to. I'm a little bit different than your average athlete. I'm Jason Ellis, and you're watching Action Recon.